Hello and welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic. Now, lots going on Patreon. We've had the monthly reward puzzle videos gone up. The Sudoku hunt video will be up very soon. Then at the weekend we've got 2 new puzzle hunts from Jurka van Veenendaal, and they're going to be brilliant, frankly. One of them will be for the $3 patrons. No, the $2 patrons, I think. And the other will be available to everybody. So that's all brilliant. Now, we've done a fair amount of thermos on the channel recently, but we're just working towards a thermo update on the app. And therefore, we're going to keep plugging away, but especially this time because this puzzle is from the great Aard van der Wetering. So very pleased about that. We've actually had it a while, and I was a bit nervous when I first saw it because I thought it rang bells, but I think maybe it rings bells because Aard's actually sent us 2 with similar patterns, and I may have been getting confused. I checked Chill's wonderful catalogue, which is on a link below the video, of all our past works, and it looks like we haven't done this, which is good. I've certainly never seen it before. So I'm going to have a go. Do have a look. This is a regular thermo, not a slow thermo, so the numbers must increase along every cell of the thermometer from the bulb to the end, and normal Sudoku rules apply. Have a go on the link below the video before watching my solve. I'm going to have a go now. So, okay, this 9 and this 9 are going to operate on these ends. In fact, this end here of a thermo can't be 9 or 8. All the thermos are 6 long, although actually they look longer to me, but they're only 6 long. So that's 1 degree of freedom basically on this one, which can't end in 8 or 9. Yeah, so those are all the possibilities as we go back down it, which aren't immediately suggesting anything else to me. So let's have a look at this one. Now that must have 2 degrees of freedom. It doesn't have an 8 looking at the tail. But it does have the 9. Now that can't be 5, but this can't be 3. Still mostly 3 degrees of freedom working their way back to the beginning. Now what about this one? Well, it's going to run into 8, so the end can be anything, I think, but this can only have 2 degrees of freedom. Can't be a 5. Yeah, that's right. This can be 6, 5 or 4. 5 or 4 there. Now that I'm seeing something interesting happening straight away. We've got a 4-5 pair in column 7. Now is that going to give any help, or should I kind of finish off? I think this one is very unconstrained, so it could have the full 3 degrees of freedom. 7, 6, 4, 6, 5, 4, 3, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's a start on these things. Now, I've done something wrong here. This is 4 or 5. Is that right? Has to be less than 6. No, yes, it can't be 3 because of that. Okay, and if this is 4 or 5 and this has to be higher, that is a 6. So actually that fixes the whole end of that thermo. And that 6 fixes this as a 7. Doesn't have any other effects. Oh, it takes a 6 out of that, and that makes this the 4. So the 4-5 pair we found has been resolved. That's now 5. That's not 4. I hope I haven't done anything wrong. I think that's all correct. And that gets us a decent start, quite a few givens now from a position where we didn't seem to have very many. Now, this can't be a 6 anymore. This can't be a 5. I was wondering if this couldn't be a 4 anymore, but I think it still can be. Actually, it's quite interesting, just a bit of Sudoku now. Sorry, 7 there and 7 there. Means one of these must be 7. It would be quite constraining for it to be this. Oh, this can't be 6 anymore. That's very obvious for 2 reasons, that and that. Yeah, this is a very interesting cell. 4 or 7 here. And if it's 4, that forces the whole beginning of the thermometer. If it's 7, that forces the end of it. So it'd be a very useful one to get a bit more traction on somehow. Oh, we've got, of course, we've got a 1, 2 pair in the bottom row. So this is now 6 or 7 by Sudoku. Like, that's a kind of naked pair left there, not a single. But 1, 2 being eliminated along the bottom row, and 9, 8, 4, 3, and 5. Now that gives us a 6, 7 pair in the column. So everything else in the column has to be 1, 2, or 9, but they're not very restricted. Although actually, if that wasn't a 4, they could be very restricted up there in a moment. That 4 is looking at this. Okay, I should have spotted that a while ago. So, and that's brilliant. That's a 3, 2, 1. And we were just saying, if this was a 4, then it would go 3, 2, 1 up there. So that can't happen anymore because the 3 in column 3 is gone, for instance. So that's the 7. So let's take the pencil mark out. That fixes the end of that thermo entirely. That can't be 7 anymore. This still can be 6 or 7 as this 5 has resolved this 4. But not this cell. That's still somewhere between 4 and 7. But now in the middle we've got 4, 5, 6 and 7 in the corners. 8 is looking at those, so the 8 has to be in column 5 in the middle box, and that means the 8 in column 6 has to be here. That gives us the 8 in row 9, the 8 in column 1, the 8 in row 1, and the 8. Look, that brilliantly fed back to the 8s that gave us the start there. And that's all the 8s suddenly done in the puzzle. That's really nice. Now this is a 9, obviously, because it can't be 8 anymore. That can't be 9. So one of these is 9, which I rather feared. But 7 in this box, clearly now, because of that 7 ruling out those, has to be here. Given the 6, 7 pair, they don't get resolved immediately. 5, 8, 7, 1, 2, 3. So 6 must be up in one of these cells. And that means this can't be 6. And that not being 6 or 5 has reduced all the possibilities back down to the start. And now at the beginning, now that we've fixed this 1 on this thermo, that's fixing both other corners. This has to be a 4 now. This one has to be 2. This can't be 2. And that, hang on, that can't be a 4. What's going on here? What I meant was this. Okay, I've written in the wrong thing, but I've spotted it. So let's just undo a fraction there. Now, at some point here, I took 2 out of this cell, and I should have taken 4 out. So that was a 1 or a 2, so that's where we are instead. So both of these thermometers that can see this other 1 in the corner, they're 2s. That makes this a 3 and this a 4. Right, that's better. God, nearly fell apart there. Now the 4 in box 3 has to be here. 2 is not there or there. 8, 4, 7, 5. Are these all fixed? No, not quite. This is 1 or 6, but actually 6 is looking at it from one of these cells. So this is effectively a naked single now. Now we've got 2, 3, and 6. That's one of them, and the others are here. Right, 4 in column 5 is down here, so in column 6 it's here, and that's absolutely certain. 7 in row 1 is in one of those two. 9, 2, 8, 1, 3. This is a naked single 4, I think. Just looking at the 92813 here and then comparing it with the rows gave me that. This is now 1 or 2, and that means we can place 3 in this column. 3 is in any one of those. That's surprisingly unrestricted. 1 is either there or there in column 3. I feel that I should be being a bit faster at this point, but let's take it carefully. Nearly made one mistake already and survived that. Right, 4 in this box. I think we can probably finish 4s now, can't we? Yeah, there's just that one left to place, and we're done with 4s. 5s, there's got to be one over here. 5, 5. Ooh, in one of those two. And that's not telling me enough about this box here. 9 in it is restricted to 2 offset cells. 8, 7, 9, 4. That's interesting. I mean, it's still putting up some resistance. 9 in this box can't be in any of those places, given that 9 and that 9. So 9 is in one of those. Actually, I could have pencil marked that ages ago after I penciled the 9 in there. 6. No. Wow. This is, I mean, it's surprising. We're virtually reduced to, we're not entirely reduced to classic Sudoku. Actually, even if we were, that's obviously a 3 because of that 2. But the 3 can't be there. 2, 3, 4, 8, 5, 9. What about 1? It must be in one of those 3 in this box. Again, that's not resolving it. This can still be a 1 or 3. What I was saying was we're not entirely out of the thermos. We still have a few bits to do, but they're hard to resolve, actually. Sorry, this is the time when you're spotting something and shouting it at me. Right, 3 in row 9. That has to be there. That takes that 3 out, but it doesn't resolve 3s at the top. However, it does resolve 2 in box 8. 1 must be in one of those 2, so that can't be a 1. 4, 2, 7, 8, 3, 5. Still could be 6 or 9 though. Yeah, it's still everything you get. You think that'll be the last key deduction, but it's not. It's a very nice puzzle. Really, really quite tricky. Now, 5, 9, 3, 4, 8. Yeah, I'm just not spotting the way to make progress here. It's very neatly done. 8, 3, 2, 4, 7, 5, 4, 8, 2, 3, 4. No, I can't see it yet. 1, 9 and 5 aren't fully constrained here. We've spotted that 6, 7 pair ages ago. 9 in the central box. Got to be here, and that fixes the 3. There we go. That fixes this as a 2. That places 2 in box 3, and I think box 3 is now about to be finished. We get the 1 at the beginning of the thermo. Hideous lack of surprise about that, but it places 1 and 5 down there. 9 and 6 as a pair there, so that gives us 7, 6. Column 7's finished. Still a 2, 7 pair in column 8, but we've got the 2 there. That places 1 in box 4. That's a 2 now, naked single. 1 there, and 7 and 2 done. 6 to finish the row, and I think we are finally finishing off this puzzle. 6 to finish row 9 as well, so 6 in column 2 is placed. 5 and 3 there, still not certain, but we've finished the 6s once we've done the 1 in this box, and that finishes the box. Oh, there's 1 and 6 left over there, and 9 and 7 here. Lovely puzzle. I mean, that's really well put together, and you expect nothing less from the Dutch master, Ard van der Wettering. He's brilliant at this sort of thing. We haven't done a thermo of his on the channel, or not an only thermo before, but that is a really neat puzzle. I hope you had a go at that, and I hope you enjoyed it. As I say, still a little undecided what to do with the second one that looks a bit like this. I don't think we've solved it before. And it may appear on the app, or it may appear on the channel at some point. It'll certainly appear somewhere. Thanks very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed that, and hope to see you again soon on Cracking the Cryptic. Bye for now.